Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host Brett Murphy, and for today's video I have a brand new ranking for you all. And I am going to be ranking all 4 of the Thor movies. So yes, after what felt like an extremely long wait, we finally have the 4th Thor movie, Thor, Love and Thunder. And there was a fair bit of hype behind this one because Thor Ragnarok is considered to be one of the MCU's best. I know it's in my own personal top 10. And since I got to see the movie yesterday, it's pretty much customary at this point on this channel for me to do a ranking. And so, here we are. How does Love and Thunder compare to the rest? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to find out. Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos, so be sure to check that out and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 4, Thor: The Dark World. The absolute worst part about this sequel is that it's just boring. No, I don't hate it by any means, but it could have been so much better. The only truly good part is Thor and Loki's relationship, which gets explored a lot more in this one. Aside from that, the Dark Elves, besides their really cool and sleek design, are completely and utterly wasted. The story is quite dull, and even the movie's color palette is gloomy and lifeless. It's not unwatchable at all. Even though this ends up at the very bottom of my MCU ranking as well, I've still probably seen it a good 4 or 5 times. But it's definitely my least favorite when it comes to the Thor movies. Number 3, Thor. And similar to the Dark World, I've personally just always found the first Thor to be a little boring. The stuff on Asgard is great. It's absolutely stunning to look at and filled with rich lore ripe for exploring. Hemsworth is excellent as Thor, Hiddleston is brilliant as Loki, and the rest of the cast are no slouches either. Of course, you have Anthony Hopkins, Natalie Portman, Kat Dennings, Stellan Skarsgård. They all do their job and do their job quite well. But half of the movie just taking place in a small town really did ruin any momentum that it had going for it. Number 2, Thor: Love and Thunder. It was actually surprisingly close between this one and the last 2. And I'd probably score all 3 of them around the same out of 10, but for very, very different reasons. I think that Love and Thunder has higher highs but lower lows. Where the first 2 Thors can be kind of boring and at times just very dark and drab, this one is loud, colorful, and entertaining the whole way through. The story leaves a lot to be desired, Thor is dumber than ever, and a lot of the humor just didn't work for me this time around. But it's saved by some pretty awesome action, and more than anything else, Natalie Portman returning as Jane Foster, aka the Mighty Thor, and Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. They steal the show and in many ways save this movie from being in that bottom spot. Number 1, Thor Ragnarok. A bright, vibrant, zany, in-your-face kind of flick, and I totally dig it. This movie is just so loud and extravagant. It very much so stands on its own. It is a Taika Waititi movie through and through. Well, I could say the same for Love and Thunder, but I think that Love and Thunder just took it a step too far. Nevertheless, this one, Ragnarok, took both Thor and the Hulk to the next step in their evolution. Gave us amazing new characters like Valkyrie and Korg. Cate Blanchett is phenomenal as Hela, and easily among the MCU's very best villains. Jeff Goldblum, although in a fairly small supporting role, he's Jeff Goldblum, okay? You can't help but love him. Not to mention, this movie is just downright hilarious. The comedy in this one worked so much better for me. And I was laughing the whole way through from start to finish, but I also felt, which a lot of people don't with this one apparently, that it also nailed some of the more emotional moments a lot better as well. Regardless of a few little nitpicks and the he said, she said as to what works with the humor and what works with the more dramatic stuff, there is no doubt in my mind that Thor Ragnarok is by far the best Thor movie. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, feel free to let me know how you would rank all 4 of the Thor movies and what ranking you'd like to see me cover next. next. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon. That way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. And that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you. And while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.